I think the IRS gets demonized, and as a result, the initial perspective of the IRS is very negative. But they're people just like you and me. They're under very significant pressure right now. They're underfunded, they don't have enough staffing, they're trying to do too much with too little. So if you can get in their shoes, if you can listen to them, if you can understand what their concerns are, and I do a lot of issue resolution with the IRS, I find that by listening to what their concerns are, instead of trying to push through what I want to get done, I listen to their concerns, I address their concerns, and I work with them to address the issue. Treat them with respect. It goes a long way towards issue resolution. Many of them are ignorant in terms of how to work with the IRS. They just need some counseling as to how to work with those individuals. There can be jargon differences, there are cultural differences. And by breaking down those kind of cultural and say geographic differences, because a person in one part of the country could be working with an IRS person in a completely different part of the country. So there can be cultural differences geographically. There are cultural differences between working for the IRS and the pressures they're under. And it could be if you're on a call, the last person they talked to gave them a heck of a hard time. As they pick up the next call from you, they still need to be pleasant, but that's not gone away just because they picked up the next call. It could be the person that they're working with physically has things going on. They're people just like you and me, and they have things going on in their personal life, and that could be negatively impacting them. And with the pressures they're under to increase production, losing staff, not being properly funded, morale is a very, very major issue there. So the more that you can come in and be respectful, understanding, and part of it is understanding the jargon of what they're saying, goes a long way towards resolving issues with the IRS. Business valuers, CPA accountants, and attorneys. That's really the market for this audience. So as an expert, what the experts need to know when working with the IRS, for those who hire experts, what the experts need to know, and for those who are involved with tax issues in general and any issues with the IRS, what they need to know. Most companies, taxpayers, are not involved directly with the IRS. Those that are tend to be the larger entities that have their own tax departments. But for those that don't, and they work with CPAs and tax attorneys or specialists like appraisers and the like, that's who this is targeted for. In the area of reasonable compensation, understanding what the methods are, what the key court cases are, how they've been interpreted, what the key facts are, what the most significant issues that the IRS may be adjusting, and how you can address that up front to prevent having an issue. The IRS series on, for example, reasonable compensation, it presents what the IRS does. I headed up the team that was involved with reasonable compensation at the IRS. I took the knowledge that I have, I presented that in my book on business appraisals in the IRS. We took this chapter, summarized it into nutshells, and said these are the key points. So addressing these key points will address concerns that you might have if you're trying to determine reasonable compensation for a business valuation, for example.